Hey everyone, this is Alex.
This is Boscha. This is Full Odyssey episode 11?
No, 12.
12? Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. Anyway, one or the other.
Is it? No, it's
I think,
episode 11.
yeah.
Oh, damn.
Because I just sent you the 10th.
I,
Well, yeah.
I travel forward in time for a moment there.
We went to the future and back.
Yeah, back to reality. Okay, in this episode, I want to talk about friendships and types of friendship, I guess.
Ooh, you're classifying things? That's bad.
I like labels, Labels to let people know where you're at, So,
Debatable, but alright. Moving on.
okay, so I just want to ask you, Bosch, what are some good qualities a friend should have? A good friend should have?
It's a vibe. I'm honestly like how less, how do I say this? Like, how do I word it right? Like, the less you have, like the feeling of you don't have to impress anyone. You know what I mean? Like the truer yourself, like the more truer yourself you can be around them.
Yeah.
I think that's the best kind.
But for you, I guess, you can be true to yourself to anyone.
Not really.
Like, I don't feel like you hide or mask yourself in public.
I do though. Like I put effort into making people feel, that I'm welcoming. You know what I mean?
But really? Because I feel like you just put yourself out there as you are. Like, you wear your heart on your sleeve kind of thing.
That's what I've been trying to do too, because it's kind of like it kind of go to the mentality of if you can't like me as I am, then you'll never like me, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'll try to put as much of myself outside in there and see who could gather around me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then those who could who still stick with me, I get along better, and then I open up even more, kind of like that.
Okay, but what are some traits that you're hiding from people?
Do I have to say this here?
Yeah, why not? Because I don't feel like you hide anything, to be
I
honest.
hide a lot. I mean, I don't know. It's like, like bunch of stuff, like the type of girls I like and whatnot. Like, for example, like the kind of stuff I like to do, or like, like stuff like fetish and stuff like that.
But we talked about it in our previous episode.
Oh, that's for just type and whatever, right? But like
Yeah.
when I'm talking about like when I say type, I usually meant about like the feeling of love too, because for me that's one of the hard topic to bring. When I'm actually like like liking someone, like showing an interest, like in a like love sense kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's really hard for me to actually say that. Oh yeah, I like this person in this kind of meaning. Like for me, it's hard for me to bring it up usually.
Yeah.
I don't think I've all right. I don't think I've said that in like work ever with anyone other than you and Soup.
That you like someone, or you had a crush on someone?
Or like like my love story and stuff like that.
Oh, I
The
see.
stuff that actually like really connects to my psyche, so to speak.
Oh, I see. Your origin story, so to speak.
Well, not just origin story, just like when it's a talk that brought my feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do I say this? Like my feeble part, the part where I'm very vulnerable.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So when you feel comfortable enough with someone to talk about your innermost deep
Yeah, pretty
thoughts.
much my weakest part. It's
Yeah.
just my most vulnerable point.
Yeah.
That's when I pretty much trust them with most everything, really.
Okay. So stuff like loyalty, like the typical shit that people say: loyalty, responsibility,
Kind
trust.
of like that, but I take it kind of like a bit more, especially when it comes to friends.
Yeah.
Because for me, friendship are like super important. Like it's I don't know. Some people classify them like friendship before love or love before friendship or whatever. For me, I think both of them are the same line. Both are like a really important thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can love your friends.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
get it. Well, that's why I've been saying that to everyone, pretty
Yeah.
much.
And
I
you're-
say it to Soup. I never said it to you, not by choice. You're not my friend. I still hold that grudge, by the way. I still do.
For those who don't know, Bosch and I have been married for
Never.
4 years.
Like never.
Wait, when did you start working at the workplace?
Uh, February 2017.
Oh,
Not yet. Not
oh,
yet.
it's only
Not
3
4
years.
yet. Yeah.
Oh,
Three
shit.
and a half?
Okay, so me and Bosch have been married for 3 years, actually.
Kill yourself.
See, the thing is, when we first met each other, it was like an instant connection. We're like, whoa, this
No,
is
no, no,
weird.
no. For me, the first thing I was like, I don't know what kind of guy you are, and then suddenly you just like, I don't know, you kind of like don't give a shit kind of thing and just doing whatever. And then I don't know. For me, I was like in my weird melancholy,
Yeah.
and then I was just like, you know what, fuck it, let's make connection, and it just happened to be there.
Yeah, I remember when we first met, it was kind of you were like unsure of yourself, so you always have to ask me questions like, "Oh, am I doing this right?" Like
Yeah,
you wanted
of
me to
course.
watch you do everything.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
because I don't like doing, I don't like making mistakes. Like I know if I could learn whatever, but if I could just like get a good sample head, so I could just go start blasting everything.
Yeah. Because I remember.
And I probably only do it for like what, like 3 days, right?
Hmm.
I went like, okay, so am I doing this right? Like, am I doing this right? After that, I just stop asking, right?
Yeah, because I
Because
was
now I
like,
know what needs to be right. So,
yeah, because I would look at you and be like, yeah, you're doing it right. Like you're just washing dishes. I don't know if there's a wrong way to wash dishes, but
oh, there is.
yeah, but
Because if I was training at that moment, I'm like, you missed the spot. You see this part, you got to do this. Like that's the thing.
yeah, but then I would just go over and like, yeah, you're doing it right. Like, there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. And then you just be like,
Yeah.
in your mind, you're just thinking, wow, this asshole's not like taking
Well,
care
not
of me.
really, because no. What I'm saying is that like at that moment, I realized, okay, the standard of the quality in this place is low, so I can do whatever. No, I'm serious. Like that's what ran through my mind. I'm like, okay, so I can do whatever. Whatever I do doesn't matter how sloppy it is. It's the shit's going. It's gonna go. I'm like, okay, because the second highest guy in our work,
Yeah.
when I got hired and I got start cleaning,
Uh-huh.
he went like this guy. I was like, me? He's like, yeah, you're the guy who they just hired, right? I'm like, yeah, you're cleaning like an insane man. You did a good job. I'm like, really? I was like, yeah, it's so clean, man. I was like impressed. I'm like, uh, thanks. I was like,
Like, I think for us, it was a very weird case because we saw each
Yeah.
other so often.
yeah,
We pretty much worked like every day together, so we knew each other pretty well. Like, we got to know each other pretty well, pretty fast.
yeah, pretty quickly, yeah.
Yeah. So I think for us, it was a weird case. I mean,
I don't know about weird case because, but well, anyway, and for me and my friends, usually I don't. It doesn't take long for me to to bond the way we did.
hmm
Because for me, most of my relationship with people is that either they like me instantly or they don't like me instantly.
I have yet to meet someone who did not like you.
I've met a lot of people that I don't like. So.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like, there's people that you don't like.
Yeah, really? You think so? I don't think I'm that likable.
I don't know. I haven't met anyone who's like, oh, that Boscha guy, he's an asshole. No, never.
Yeah, I got called asshole a lot though, but yeah, okay.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's some stuff that you say that people don't agree with, but that doesn't necessarily mean they hate you or dislike you.
Maybe. I mean, I guess at workplace not so much. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Now that you mention it.
All right. So, how? Okay. Like, if you were to make like a best friend, like if you were able to create someone who can like,
I have one, you asshole. I haven't met him in like fucking 8 years, but yeah.
yeah. So how would you describe him then? Like, what's his like personality like? What's his traits?
His traits? He's probably the coolest guy I've ever met in my life. He's very passionate about like friendship and love.
Oh, he's a romantic.
Oh, he's a romantic, and I got that romantic part from him.
Oh, so you want a
'Cause-
romantic friend?
No, we're not romantic. We're romantist.
Same thing.
Oh, different.
What's the difference?
Romantic is just people who like put extra flower in like friendship and love. You know.
Then what's a
When we
romantic?
talk about love, I don't know what romantic is. Probably like a gay friend or whatever. I don't know.
I'm sure it's the same thing. It means the same thing.
Okay, sure.
But like,
Yeah.
so you want someone who really values the relationship between people.
Not just between people. It's like their relationship. If they value that, I think they're just amazing.
I see. So the typical like Shonen Jump.
Best friend, like the main character's best friend. Those kind of guys are like the fucking best.
Yeah. Like,
Because doesn't matter how low you get, doesn't matter how much pain you're dealing with, they'll always be there.
oh, so you want someone who's always gonna be there for you.
Like
Like-
even even when they can't help you,
Mm-hmm.
even there's nothing that they can help you, they would still be there,
Oh.
just by your side, doing absolutely nothing. Like they would just sit there for you.
Oh, that's sweet. Gosh.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I was like, God damn it, dude! Like you're the best. Like
Oh, that's
yeah, that's why my idea of friend is like very very skewed up because he's my friend.
no. That's a no. It's not skewed. I mean, everyone has their ideal friend or stuff.
I know,
isn't
but
it?
like that's the thing because he's like probably because back in grade school or
Yeah.
this is another backstory. I was a bullied kid, and I was bullied by someone who's supposed to be my best friend.
Uh huh.
So he was supposed to be my best friend because his mother was my mom's best friend.
Okay.
So we kind of be like friends from generation kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I don't know why he started, being a piece of shit, and then, start bullying me and shit, right? So by that moment, I was like, really? Is this like what best friend do? They just like fucking kick you in the ass for like laughter? Like, so I had this like very skeptical, like, really? If this is supposed to be my best friend and all they did is just like fucking hurt me, then I don't need a fucking friend. Like, fuck them, kind of like that. You know what I mean? And I had like this trust issues. Like I had for the longest time. The biggest trust issue with friend. I'm like, friend? Fuck you. Like, I don't need you. Like I do. Like I did like that. Like even like the first year in middle school, I was like that.
So you're ready to be a lone wolf for the rest of your life.
I was like, I don't need you guys. If you're just gonna like, if I'm gonna trust you and you're just gonna like fucking spit on a knife and then stab me in the back, that's just fucked up. That's not okay.
Okay.
And well, I know, like a lot of people was like saying stuff but whatnot, but for a kid, that those shit's pretty tough,
Yeah.
pretty rough.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I know that the asshole is just a kid, probably throwing a joke and shit, but the kid that got hurt for real, okay?
Uh-huh.
And they carry that pain till like they grow up. So if you're a kid, like if you're like still young and shit, and you're like fucking joking shit or bullying people, stop. It's not cool.
Yeah. No, but that's
Yeah.
no. You do bring up a good point because like
Yeah.
I feel like kids remember stuff more easily than adults do. If that makes sense.
Do you want to know why?
Why is that?
Because the percentage of their life. Because when they're a kid, their whole life is in that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for an adult, they live a lot longer. So it's just another small percent of life. Everything they learn just become a small page in life. You know what I mean? Well, a kid, it's all they have.
I guess.
So anything that happened feels bigger, more amplified, so to speak. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's probably because we're also like a lot smaller, so everything feels a lot bigger. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what summed it up too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Anyways, continue.
yeah, well, anyway, yeah. So, but then even middle school, but then I was like thinking, like, really, am I gonna like live my life like this, like alone, for the rest of my life? I'm like, maybe, but then it kind of sucked. But maybe I should like give people a chance, right?
Yeah.
And whatever.
Yeah.
And then I did, and then they bullied me again.
Man,
So-
Bosh, come on.
So no, but they did. They bullied me and shit. Like first, I was like joking and whatnot, and they're like saying like fucking mean shit and whatnot. And I'm like, for me, it's like an instant flashback, right? I'm like, oh, shit, they're doing this shit to me again. You know what I mean?
No, Bosh, not like this.
Well, it did happen. Well, it did happen, and I was like, oh, so, and then I just froze up. I don't know. I don't know what to deal with this, right? Because it happened once, and it's gonna happen again. Like,
Yeah.
and then there's nothing I can do. I guess I just have to, live on my own and whatever, right? Like, just like I'll trust in no one and live my life alone.
Yeah.
And then, well, at that time, because of that one bully, like their bullying they did,
Yeah.
I turned like all my sadness and my shit to like anger. So I was angry. I was angry, and I was like pretty much glaring at them for like a good an hour and a half
Uh-huh.
in the classroom. I was just like fucking staring at them, like doing a death stare.
Yeah.
And then they of course they move around, like, because they know I'm staring at them. They're like moving into like fucking like corner of the room to other place. I'm just like death stare at them. I was just like,
Yeah.
say one more fucking thing and I'm gonna like break a window and then stab you with it. Like I was actually that angry.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
yeah, and they were all, they know me and they see that I'm like seething with anger. They apologized to me.
But
They apologized and it was like, yeah, sorry, we didn't mean to like, make fun of you. Like we didn't know that you're not cool with this. So well, they're actually good kids. Well, most of them except that one asshole.
are they
But
though? They bullied you. Did you feel like that
well,
apology was genuine?
for me, yes.
Okay.
At that time, for me, I'll take whatever. At least the thing is like it's only the kid that like sparked the thing was the asshole. Everybody else was fine. I know because they become my best friend.
Oh.
This asshole is still an asshole.
Okay.
I still fucking hate this. I really do hate this dude. I really fucking hate this dude.
So
Like,
you still hate him to this day?
well, it's not hated. Okay, hate is bad because that means I've trusted him at one point. I never did. So I never like him, so I can't really hate him.
No,
It's
you can still hate
more of
someone.
a
You can still hate someone
yeah,
without
but for
trusting
me,
them.
anyway, for me is like my mom thought that he was my best friend in one of my first year.
Mm-hmm.
My mom thought that he was my best friend,
Mm-hmm.
and then we did hang out. Like he actually came to my house, and like we play like online games and stuff together. Like we went outside and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like yeah, we played a couple of times. But then at that moment, this is the moment where I start learning how to read people.
Yeah.
I know that I cannot get along with this guy. Instantly, I know I'm like no, this guy's no bueno.
Interesting.
So well, anyway, things moving on and whatnot, and then I'm still the awkward kid, the awkward silence kid,
Yeah.
the mentally challenged kid. But yeah, then life goes on and whatever, and then we start talking about then this kid that was like part of the guys who was like bullying me. Well, not really bullying me, I guess. Like the guys who apologized to me and like so we're talking about anime and stuff, right?
Mhm.
At first, like I didn't know what anime they're talking about. Like I was playing this game, Naruto,
Oh yeah.
because I was not an anime guy. I was a game guy.
Really? Okay.
So oh yeah, I was not. I play more games than watch anime.
Oh, interesting.
So because like Naruto, I know Naruto not from anime. I played the game.
Okay.
I played the game and there's Naruto and whatnot, and then my friend was like telling me, dude, did you know what like Naruto said for like the ball in the arm thing? I was like, oh, shoot, what was it? I think he said like Masendan or something. Like I was like, yeah, I didn't know what it was because it's written in Japanese. I can't fucking read Japanese back then.
Yeah.
It's like Masendan. I was like, huh? He's like, yeah, I thought it was like Dasendan or yeah. We're like we're like hyper about shit and then yeah, we just go like we're talking about stuff like yeah, what about like Kakashi's like I think it was like Raikiri. Yeah, Raikiri, that's right. And we're like, and then we're like hyped up and whatever, right? We just like talk about anime and then now we found a common point.
Yeah.
And then we just like we got to know each other better and then we just like talking about like fun stuff and then we're middle schoolers, so that's where the hormones kicks in and we start finding interest in the opposite sex and whatever, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, and then that's the first time I met my first love too. So I was like, and then well, of course, so does he, but he has more experience in love. Like he had his first love way back too, and his first love was actually in the same school
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah.
So he liked them from like a grade school, and then in middle school she's also there, and he's also there. The difference is that the girl that he liked
Yeah.
was in my class.
Uh-huh.
And he was on the other class, so they couldn't meet as often, whatever. But then the girl had to transfer out. So he was looking for, well, he kind of like, you know what, fuck it, whatever. It wasn't meant to be, so I'll just look for another girl kind of thing.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So, well, for me, I keep sticking to that one girl. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm serious. It was
Okay. So for people who are wondering why I'm laughing, it's because Bashka already told me about the story of his first love.
it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all.
It's a tiny roller coaster, I would say, but it still
Yeah.
continues to this day, which I'm
No. I've moved on. I'm good. Well, I mean,
I'm ready to punch Bashka in the face. It's
no. Here's the thing. First love was never meant to be. It's just the way it is. It will stick to your heart forever, but you'll move on.
This is a story for
You'll
another
move.
time, I guess.
Yes. Where was I? Okay. Well, anyway, uh, so we start talking, about love and whatever, and then I was like, and then we went to this like weird. Well, I wouldn't say weird. For me, it was one of the best, probably heart to heart talk I ever had with someone,
Hmm.
because we pretty much exposed our open heart. We would talk about like, yeah, like what can we do? We like this girl so much, but we can't. Like we're too scared to say anything.
Mm.
Because especially for me, like I got to the point that like I could talk to her. I was like, laughing and smiling, and when I smile at her, she smiled back. We're at a good point. We're at the closest point we can to our target, so to say,
Hmm.
But if we start, I don't know, like confessing or like do stuff like that, and it's a no, it's gonna be awkward, right?
Yeah.
And then we're like, I don't, it's what do we do, kind of thing. And then we just like lamenting our poor life, and then we just like, oh, like, yeah, pretty much, well, and then he's lamenting over his love and I'm lamenting over mine, and we just, pretty much just like, yeah, maybe we should do this and should do that, you know what I mean? We're like, trying to support each other mentally over this dilemma that we just don't know how to overcome.
Ah, no matter what, you guys are always there for each other.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, I need to text him later. I'm like, hey, dude, you're alive. Yeah, I need to. Like, I haven't talked to him in so long because we've been like busy with life.
So how often do you guys talk to each other though?
Almost like never now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's really, really long. Like, it's already been like way while.
See, that's the thing. It's like as we get older, we just don't, do this
Well,
stuff.
no,
anymore.
that's the thing. He lives like on the other side of the world,
Yeah.
and I'm bad at doing long range conversation. Like even with my parents.
Yeah.
Until like what, last month?
Hmm.
I talked to them like twice a year. I'm serious. But then after like last month, I decided to like like I'm gonna call them every time I walk from work. And then so far we've been like talking like nonstop, and my mom's really happy about it too. So I'm really happy for that too.
Exactly. You just gotta make someone
Yeah.
has to make the effort to do that.
I know. That's why like I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be a better me. You know what I mean?
It is.
So yeah, no, I agree. I wholeheartedly
Mhm.
agree.
Ah,
But yeah, so that's well. Anyway, for us, because like we were talking about like love and whatever. The reason why I've ever had my first girlfriend, well, at least I made my first love work, was because he was there.
mm.
Because I told him, okay, I'm gonna confess my love to this girl on this day.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you promised this to me, okay? He's like, I'm like, oh, dude, I don't know. No, you said it already. He was like, nah, dude, that was like, nope, you said it to me, and it will happen, okay? And was like, oh man, it's like, no, like it will happen. I will make it happen. So, we kind of like, we're like hanging out as a group, like a whole group. We were hanging out on the mall and whatever. And then we kind of like, trying to like, okay, good night, everyone. Like, peace out. Like, it was a good talk and whatever. And then he was like, hey, I'm like, no, dude, hey. And then he called out to like my first love. I was like, hey, could you like wait up for a second? I was like, yeah. And then, dude, and then I don't know how he got everyone on board, and everybody was cheering for me.
See, that's what a true bro is like.
See, like, how can you not fall in love with a dude that would support you all the way? It's like fucking insane, dude.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly. He's just for
that's what I
you.
mean. Like,
He carried you.
and that's why
He
like,
carried you on his back.
and that's what I mean. It was like he did it. I'm like, dude, like I can't do this. Don't do this to me. No, he's like, don't do this to yourself. Come on, you can't do this. You're my friend, and my friends are better than this. I'm like, shit. I was like, dude, you're gonna make me cry. Well, I don't care. You do this, whatever's the result, then we'll cry together. Let's go. I was like,
Oh my
yo. See, that's what I mean. Like when I said my idea of friend is messed up, it's because this guy. So when somebody decided that I'm their friend, I would do this much for them
Wow.
because somebody did this much for me. You know what I mean?
He's a true friend.
That's what I mean. That's why like it feels like I owe him so much that it's. But then if I say that, he'll get pissed. Oh, what do you mean you owe me? I'm like, that's.
See, now that's what a true friend is.
See?
They don't expect anything back from you.
I know, and I felt wrong.
Why? What?
I can't always be the receiving end. That's the thing.
So why don't you? You said you want to be better. Why don't you?
Exactly. I gotta do that. That's why I'm like, yeah. Oh shit, I'm tearing up.
Oh, Boscha.
Love you, bro. I was like, oh shit.
I wish I could see you right now. I want to see you cry.
Nope, I will never show you. Never in my life.
Wow, so you would show him, but you want to show me?
Fuck yeah, he's my bro. Who are you? You're my coworker. Know your place, maggot.
Jeez. So, I made the one time I made a joke where we're all gathering around and they're asking me to hang out with some people, right? And I just looked at them and I was just like, "What do you mean hang out with you guys? I only hang out with my friends. You guys are just my coworkers." And since then, they've been salty as fuck.
By the way, that was 3 years ago. 3 years and 3 months.
Yeah, see, Bashka even had
We're
the
like,
exact
"What?"
time.
You're like, what? Oh, so we're only coworkers. All right. We're like, all right. We're done here.
Still salty to this day.
Still salt to this day. Yep.
Okay.
I remember the salt like it was on my burger.
That's MSG.
All right.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I don't have any cool stories like that with my friends.
No?
No, not really.
But, well, I mean, you consider, you're one of your best friend right now, like almost as close as a brother, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What drives you to be that close?
It's the fact that we just hang out every day and we just get along.
Oh, I
Yeah, and
see.
we have similar
So
hobbies.
it's just like, you guys are just like, so chill together, like, might as well be a
yeah,
family
exactly.
kind of thing, eh?
Yeah, because we've known each other for so long too.
Yeah. Since when?
Since grade 9.
Oh, same as me then.
Yeah. So
Oh no, mine's actually grade 7. Ah, I'm longer.
So like these people we known
Yeah.
for like more than half our lives.
Life,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's crazy.
And so if any of you, listening have someone that crossed your mind, contact them.
Yeah.
Talk to them again.
Yeah. Give them a call. I'll say I love you.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. I'm serious. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Give them a call and, connect back and just remember and then, remember the love, especially like in these trying times, right?
Yeah. I know it's such a cliched
Well,
thing to say,
yeah.
but people always tend to forget. Yeah.
Yeah. Because all these small things is what makes life, enjoyable.
Have you ever had a?
Are we this kind of podcast? Hold up.
It's a pretty sad, somber podcast, I guess.
It is. It is.
So, anyways, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
have you ever had a best friend that you lost contact with?
Yes. All of my best friends.
Not like no, but you still have a way to communicate with them. I mean, but like completely lost contact with.
Okay, just clarification. As in, like, no way of contacting, or the one that I refuse to call again?
More like hard to contact because you don't have their information.
There are some from mid school, like middle school, like from grade like 7, 8, 9 kind of
Yeah,
thing.
but those are your friends that you used to hang out with all the time.
Those are friends. Yeah, they're like my probably closest friend.
Yeah, and then these guys just like drifted apart, and you guys never talked to each other anymore, right?
Yeah, well, there's one that's like I think I lost their contact like 100%. Last time I heard that he's in China or something.
Oh, okay.
Studying abroad. I don't know if he's still there.
You think?
I don't even know if he's
You
alive.
think you'll still remember you?
Oh, hell yes. Oh, hell yes. There's no way we forgot. Because he was also, like, when I got here, he still called me and stuff.
Oh.
He was giving me, like, a last reassurance, too. He was like, dude, just do what you got to do there.
Oh.
Like, leave the big duty to me. Like, I will handle it on my end. I'm like, shit, dude.
Oh shit.
Like, yeah.
Another carrier.
Yeah, another carrier. Like, a lot of my friends are carrying me. I'm, like, fucking heavy.
You must do some mental damage to yourself.
What do you mean by that?
Like you must put yourself down quite a bit for them to try to lift you up all the time.
I don't think so, though, because I mean, well, back then I was probably pretty bad. Because, like, probably on my, like, first year in middle school, so grade 7, I was probably a sad, like, a ball of sadness. Because in school, it was not fun at all. Like, I was scared the whole time. What if these people are going to start bullying me again? What if, like, everybody going to look at me and start laughing again? You know what I mean? That's the scary part, because there's one time, like, they did, like, a practical joke on me. So they get the whole school to pull a prank from me. It was on my birthday. So, they kind of, like, we're doing, like a sudden inspection. We're gonna check your bags and stuff and whatnot and whatnot. I'm like, okay, sure. What are you guys looking for? Yeah, I heard like there's a student that has like a cigarette in like on their bags. So I was like, huh? That's weird. Like, I mean, I don't have anything, so I unload everything. Like, I actually like go in like on my desk. I pull all my bags and like I like I empty everything. Huh? Yeah, there's nothing. But hey, if you want to check it, go ahead. Like, so I went like that, and everybody was like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing all that?" And then and I was like, "What? Am I not supposed to?" He's like, "You don't have to go that far." And then like one of the teachers was just like, "Okay, I'm checking your bag one by one." And then on my bag is like, Boshka, what is this? Like, she pulled out a cigarette out of, like, I don't know, her ass, probably.
Oh,
But they was like, what is it? I'm like, huh? It wasn't there earlier. Well, I just found it in here. You got some explaining to do. Come to the office, you know? So, yeah, they took me to the office and talking. So, she was like, asking me question and whatnot,
mhm.
right? And then I was like, I don't know. My uncle smokes. My dad smokes. Like, are you, like, interested in smoking one? I'm like, no, not at all. I'm not good at smoking. Like, okay, well, there's not enough, like this is just a warning, so don't do that again, okay? I'm like, okay, sure. So and then when I go back to my went back to class, everybody's like, happy birthday and shit like that, right? I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that was
Wait.
I was like,
So that's
why the fuck? But the thing is, like, they only did that to me.
but that was your birthday
Any
present?
other kid has a birthday, nobody gives a shit. I'm like, why are you guys doing this to me? This is fucking scary. This is not bad for my heart.
But I don't. So that they did that because for your birthday present, like as a birthday present for you.
No, and I don't know because it was birthday, but they just did that. I don't know why they did that. Because it was like on first year too, so I was like, I was a very shy and like not very talkative.
Mhm.
I just like smile quietly, those kind of like, oh, this guy's gonna die soon kind of smile, you know what I mean? The sad broken little kid smile, like when people talk to you, it's like, yeah, yeah, the hollow
Oh my
smile.
god. Your origin
Yeah,
story sounds like either like a really cliche emo anime character or
yeah.
a Sith Lord in the making.
Cause I mean, I was like emo, like, and well, at least my fashion was emo. Like I have never had any urge to hurt myself. I don't like pain. I like inflicting pain, but not to myself. No,
Yeah, well, that explains your choice of music.
right? Wait, what choice of music? What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
What do you mean?
You
Say
know
it.
what I mean. No, I'm just saying that, but
I guess. I mean, My Chemical Romance is emo,
yeah.
and they're amazing. How dare you? Okay,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love My Chemical Romance too. Yeah,
I know.
but
A lot of people
yeah,
does.
but I want to say like they're my favorite.
Oh no, I wouldn't. My favorite's Linkin Park. Cheers out, Chester. You'll always be missed.
Yeah, shout out to you, man. What was I gonna say? Yeah, man. Like it sucks that you have such a tough childhood.
Well, it's not tough. It's just, a betrayal by a friend that, just scars you
Yeah,
deeply,
but that's
right?
the thing. That's not a friend though. Friends don't do that to you.
Well, that's the thing because, like, when I was grade 3 and grade 4, I went to his house, like, every week and then we play games. We're like, we play and stuff. We're like, he was my best friend.
But best friends.
He was my best friend. That's the thing. Like, even on grade 5 and whatnot, we still, like, hang out. We still, like, go to mall. Like, my mom would take me and then his mom would take him. And, like, we just, like, go to, like, Toys R Us and, like, look for Transformer toys. I'm like, yo, dude, I saw this one in TV. I'm like, wow. It's like, oh, it actually transformed. Like, we're hyped. We go home, we play Dragon Ball, like his house, and I would like stay at his house. Like, we're friends. And then on grade 6, I don't know why. He probably, just trying to make everybody laugh by making fun of me. And then now everybody's doing it to me and everybody's laughing. So, you know,
It's like people change.
if you want to look at it, he made like, not doing it on like on a malice kind of thing. Like I just look at, oh, people are like laughing, and then that's a good thing. So let's do it more often. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but still, that doesn't make him a friend, Bosch, or make him a good person
Well,
either.
he was my friend though. That's the thing. He was my friend for like a good what, 4 or 5 years,
Yeah, and
and then suddenly on that 1 year, he just suddenly turned, just stabs you in the back, right? You're like, well, what the fuck?
yeah, he's a traitor.
But wait, the funny part,
Hmm.
he was really sad that I couldn't come to his wedding as his best man. I'm like, what the fuck?
Why? He's a weirdo.
That's the thing. He told my mom, he's like, oh, is Boschka not coming? It was like, oh yeah, he's in Canada. It's like impossible for him to come. I was like, Oh, is that so? Yeah, I was about to call him as my best man. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're fucking insane.
Why didn't you ever confront him and be like straight up tell him his
I did.
face?
I did. When I went back to Indonesia, I was like, he was like, hey, like my other friend, like the friend that was actually got along really well on grade school. He was like, hey, you're here, dude. I'm like, yeah, I'll be here for like another like week. So he's like, yeah, wanna hang out while we're there? Yeah. I'm like, sure. Who's coming? He's like, I'm gonna grab this guy and this guy and this guy and that other guy was like, I don't know, dude. I kind of don't want to hang out with the guy who bullied me. We're gonna in grade school. It's like, oh, right. Hang on a second. It was like that, and then he probably told the dude, and he was like, dude, like I didn't mean to bully you. He actually apologized to me. I'm like, oh yeah, oh okay, I'll forgive you, but I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore.
Mm,
I just like, yeah, okay.
wow.
You apologized, and I accept it, but then we're done. I'm not gonna put any more trust in you because I don't know if you're gonna stab me again.
Wow. You're a bigger
So we're
person
done.
than I thought you would, Bosch.
Not
Because
really.
I thought you'd be like, you can apologize, but I don't have to accept it, and then you walk away.
Oh no, I will accept apology. I will accept apology. But does that mean I'm giving you another chance? No.
I see.
Does it mean like it'll lessen the hate? Well, the pain that I got from you? Not really.
I see. But for
Right.
your friend, you would give them like second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, infinite chances.
For like my bro?
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Okay.
I give him my
Yeah.
life.
Okay. Wow. Man, that sucks.
Right?
Is it possible to be friends with someone who you don't have a common interest with?
For example?
There's no example. I can't think of anyone in our lives that would fit that bill. But I'm just saying, is
Yeah.
it possible for you or for you to be friends with someone that you don't share any common interests with?
Because for me, like, I mean, there's one. Because, I mean, let's admit it. I have no interest in, like, doing, like, sports and, like, exercise and shit like that, right? But I get along with, the bakery lady. Sometimes we hang out with our soup and doing, fitness stuff, right?
Oh,
Nothing that she does has the same interest as me. Nothing at all.
see.
Right? But then the fact that she's friendly and I'm friendly, and then we could joke about small stuff and
I
whatnot.
see.
It works out just fine,
Okay, yeah, I got you.
right?
Yeah, so it's all based on personality and not the interests.
Pretty much personality and like, well, not just personality and like how we interact with each other. If I feel, we could have fun and then, we could just get along fine without, I mean, at least if we could like be honest, I guess, to each other. For example, if she didn't like something that I said and I don't like what she said or like I don't get it or
Yeah.
whatever, I would be like, not really.
Yeah.
If I could say that to someone, that means they're good enough for me as a friend. If there's a dude that I'm like, say like, yeah, sure, yeah, okay, whatever, like like this kind of stuff. Meaning I don't care whatever he said, whatever he wants. I'm not gonna agree, or I'm gonna agree, or I'm just gonna do whatever I'm gonna do. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Those kind of stuff.
Interesting. I see.
Yeah.
Oh, before I get too crazy with the topic, I do have one guy that I used to hang out
Yeah.
with in the third grade,
Right.
and we hung out every day from third grade all the way to seventh grade.
I think I've heard this one
Yeah.
before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
told you this before. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
yeah,
from
yeah.
elementary school, he was like my best friend. We were like stuck to each other like glue. We played Pokemon together. We played Yu-Gi-Oh together. We played
Wow.
soccer together. We played everything together. But then after grade 7, he moved to a different high school, and then I went to a different high school, and then we just stopped communicating.
So, for example, now I have a question. Would you contact him again?
See, this is the thing.
If you do, would you think it'll go back to the way it was?
For sure, no. It will not go back to the way it was before. I think our interests have changed completely. I think I consider myself to be a different person now than I was back then.
Of course.
Yeah. Like,
In which part though? Can you tell?
what do you mean?
Like, what makes you different from you are back then?
I would say I'm more weirder. I'm more strange.
Okay. Adulthood does that to
I
everyone.
guess
Yeah.
so, but some people get more serious and more mature, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is
But
true.
then like
That doesn't happen to any of us.
yeah, but then I became more like foolish, you know. I became more idiotic. You know, this is why we get along well because we're both stupid idiots, you know.
Because we're the Fool's Odyssey.
Hey, yeah. So yeah, so after like I kind of regret not keeping in contact with them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just laziness on both our parts, but we just stopped
Mm-hmm.
communicating with each other.
I
Yeah,
see.
so that's a regret that I have, but not really, I guess. If that makes sense.
You're like, whatever.
I mean, no use in crying over spilt milk, I guess.
True. You could just lick it off the floor.
Salvage what's left of it.
make a cheese.
Yeah.
Leave nothing behind. Yeah.
But I mean, I did meet some other new friends that I still communicate with to this day. So I mean, it's not all that bad.
Oh, like your friends from Japan, eh?
No, not those guys.
You don't contact them anymore?
Not really.
Oh, I thought you guys keep going. I was about to say, oh, I'm
No,
impressed.
just friends from high school. Yeah.
Ah,
yeah.
I see.
Those
I
guys
see.
I keep contact with. I mean, I still have the people from Japan's information. I can just message them whenever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like
see,
they're
I
down
see.
to talk whenever too, so it's not too bad.
I see.
Yeah. So that's what else I was gonna.
I had a question I forgot though. It's like
Yeah, I was gonna say something
well,
too.
okay, well no, I talk about like did you have none of the, like for me I had like those weird romantic, super hot-blooded friendship, right? You really got nothing on like that?
So for me, my story is kind of like the opposite.
How
'Cause
so?
my friends are all like nerdy guys who just like to stay home and do nothing. So
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I had a friend who was more outgoing, and was like always like down to go out and do stuff. I would say you and Kyle are like probably the closest, but not really because both of you guys are just like down to do stuff sometimes, not all the time.
Sometimes, very rarely.
Yeah, so like sometimes I'll be like, "Oh man, I wish I can do this," or "I wish I want to go here," and I don't want to do it by myself. And then you guys just like, "Oh, it sounds interesting, but no thanks." You know what I mean? Yeah,
Sounds fun, but yeah.
yeah. So I wish I had like someone who's like down to do anything, anything. You know,
Anything,
Yes,
anywhere.
exactly. Anything, anywhere, anytime. Oh, I was gonna say, I did try. Here's the weird thing. I did try making friends outside of my circle, so going to like meetups and stuff like that.
Oh, how did that work out?
I don't know if I know it's me, but I might be them too. It's just I don't know, like you know how when you meet someone and you get the vibe, you're
Yeah.
just like, it's not gonna really work out.
Yeah, not this person kind of thing.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's because it's laziness on my part or what.
What do you mean by laziness, though? That I don't get. Something you said that, but I don't understand what that means.
I don't know. It's because like, you know, when you meet someone for the first time, you're always asking them questions, right? Try to get to know them, right? Like, oh, what's your hobby? Blah 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 blah, right?
For me, honestly, I don't ask them questions.
Really? So how would you?
No, I do not. I don't ask questions. I don't know if you noticed by this podcast. I do not ask questions. I just bring a topic and then talk to them about it.
I see.
Like for example, like if I have a joke, I would tell them a joke and whatever. Hey, or like just do whatever. Like, I rarely ask questions.
So how would you start a conversation with someone you don't know?
I was like, hey, nice weather, eh? Yeah, right. Those kind of stuff. Like it sounded like a question. It wasn't a question. It was a joke. Yeah. If it's like raining, I'm like, hey, nice weather, eh? Just just doing like, what the hell are you talking about? It's like, yes. And you just start going from there.
I like to ask the questions. I'd be like, I'd just be straight up like, hey, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do in your free time?
See, for me, honestly, that sounded like an interview.
Yeah, but then that's how you get. See, this is why I don't like people when they say, "Oh, I hate small talk." The whole idea of small talk is to get going to a bigger conversation.
Yeah, but there's a better way to do it.
Yeah, what is that?
I think. I don't know. Just like start just feeling them up, not physically.
Yeah, that's why I say, "Hey, what do you like to do during your free time?" I don't go, "Hey, I play video games." Yeah, blah 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 blah, and start talking about myself, and they're just like, but we don't play video games, so I don't give a shit. That's why.
Well then, when they're like, yeah, I don't play video games. Oh, then what's your interest? You start from, then you can go there,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. What are your interests? Why not just start off with that? What are your interests?
Uh, I don't know, because for me it's like you're asking their information before you're revealing yourself.
I find it that most of the time, people
Hmm.
tend to like to talk about themselves.
I see.
I
I mean, I probably have to agree about that. Like, as is proven in this podcast.
It's because you have a lot to say. I think there's a difference between a lot to say and people who like to talk about themselves.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
you're just someone who has a lot to say.
That sounds like some weird what do you call it?
Like I'm trying to jump in hoops, you're trying to make hoops.
It's like you're telling me like I have this like
You
fucking
have stories to tell.
conspiracy theory. I have to I have a lot of shit to tell you guys.
You just have stories to tell, right? But some people
I
see here. Like here's the thing. Like if I were to ask people, like, oh yeah, like what are your hobbies? What do you like to do during your free time? They'll like, and they'll just give me a list of stuff, right? And then we just talk about that stuff. But it's very rarely that they would turn around and ask me that question. Yeah.
I
So
see.
it's not that I don't like talking about myself. I don't really care to talk about myself.
Yeah, because you find yourself boring. That's a problem, though. I think.
I mean,
Admit it. You find yourself boring,
I
right?
mean, we all find ourselves a little bit boring. I think. Well, oh yeah. I mean, the thing is, my hobbies aren't that interesting to most people.
You do fucking boxing,
Yeah,
bro.
but when I tell people that, they're like, "Oh, boxing, good for you."
Good for you. That is a cold ass world.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So let me tell people, like one phrase that I hate the most is when people say "good for you" because it sounds very sarcastic
Yeah.
to me.
No, for me it sounded very detached. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, good for you, but it has nothing to do with me. So it feels like that. I'm like, oh yeah, go kill yourself. You know?
You know? Yeah.
It's
I
like,
don't know. It just sounds so
I'm just trying to
weird.
talk to have a topic. Really? You know?
Yeah, it just sounds really bad. It's just like, oh yeah, I aced the exam.
Yeah.
Oh, you aced the exam, eh? Good for you.
Good for
You know?
you. I heard that quite a lot. So yeah, good for you. I'm like, you.
You piece of shit.
And most of the people who said this are like white people too. You know, I'm like, you white people. It's just go like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, most of the time we'll just be like, oh shit, really? Or, like we,
Oh, well, really? Seriously, dude?
yeah, we
Like,
get excited about it.
hype them up for a bit, make them
Yeah.
happy. Don't just like, leg off the ladder when they fucking climb it. That's just rude.
I don't know. Do you consider yourself to be boring?
Me? I'm myself. I don't know if I'm boring because like in a sense that like I read like novels and stuff. Like I have ideas, like that we can talk about.
Yeah, we have interests and hobbies that we can talk about, but do you
Yeah.
consider yourself to
Yeah,
be
but
boring?
what do you mean by that though? Because I don't understand. Because I know you do. I don't know what you mean by that, but I know you consider you to be like I don't know, boring and plain. You do, don't you?
It's because most of the time I don't really do anything. I just stay home and play video games. It's not really much going on in my life.
Well, according to Germans, you doing that right now is you being that's an act of heroism. You know that?
Well, I would say
You're fighting this war against the virus
I
right
feel
now.
like this
You're
year
a
is
hero.
a unique situation. Most of the time, people will be like, "You lazy motherfucker," but this year,
Right now, they're
yeah,
like
this
tapping your back. You're doing amazing. Keep it up. I'm like, thank
the
you.
one yeah
thank
the
you.
one year where it's okay, it's encouraged to be a couch potato. Yeah, but this is why I said I wish I had an outgoing friend, someone who would like to do stuff with.
Well, when you said stuff, what do you mean by stuff? What kind of stuff?
Going to concerts, going to see shows.
I want to go to concert. If you want to go to concert, fucking invite me. We'll find. Because if it's a band that I know, I would totally jump around with you, dude. Like I'm serious. I'd go to any concert.
Okay. Let me tell a story. So,
Yeah.
a long time ago, Boscha and I were talking about music, I think. And we're just trying to,
Yeah.
and I was just trying to introduce Boscha to this band called Imagine Dragons.
Oh,
And then
right.
we just he just fell in love with that band instantly.
Instantly.
And then I was
Yep.
like, oh man, I wish I introduced this band to you earlier. And you're like, why? because they had a concert. I'm like, wait, really? That concert?
What?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, man, they had a
What?
concert last week, and you're like, seriously?
Yeah, no, I was pretty upset. I was like, what? Why? Like, why can't you just like what?
Yeah, man, that was pretty. I was like, oh man, it would have been so cool if we were able to go.
Yeah, because I've heard their like songs in like radio and stuff, right? But I never know who they are. Like, when the radio plays, I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. Like, but I don't really pay attention to it. And then I heard, because one of them that Alex showed me was the Believer. I was like, yo, I was like, this is it.
And,
Yeah.
oh, and
It was
then
great.
going to see WWE.
Oh,
we did
we
though.
did. That we did.
Bosch, I remember specifically, Boscha was like, "Oh, I'll go with you, but like, I don't think I'll be interested." And then after that night, you instantly downloaded the WWE game.
I did. I did the 2020 or the 2019. I
Probably
forgot.
2019.
Yeah, 2019. I bought it like instantly, and I played it. I was like, God damn, AJ, my boy. AJ wasn't even there.
Yeah, it was funny because you're just like, "Oh man, I don't know, man."
No, because I was like, I don't know, because like I don't know, like back then, like
Yeah, it was a different time.
and yeah, it was a different time. Back then, I was like really happy. Back then, too, I was like, wow, like woo, SmackDown and whatnot. And I was like, whoa, amazing, amazing. But then as I grow older, I'm like, yeah, that's whatever. Then when I actually see it in front of my face, I'm like, yeah,
Is it?
And then another part of the story. My cousin made me download use Instagram, and I got Alex to follow me, and then I followed him back, and then because Alex followed like those those wrestling stuff
Yeah.
too, right? Those things showed up on mine, and then ever since I've been just like scrolling through those like nonstop. Oh, and I got a funny story. At work, on a break time, so one of the PM guys was walking with me. We're like talking about whatever, right? And I was walking to the thing. I saw on the TV.
Yeah.
It was like I recognized him in like an instant because the screen was dark and there's like flashing light and the dude with like a hat and a long coat. I was like, Undertaker! That's the Undertaker! I was like, what is this? Was it playing on our TV? I freaked out and everyone was like looking at me and then I was like, what happened? What channel is this? Like, I was like, fine. And then the guy from PM was like, yo, is that the Undertaker? I'm like, yeah, dude, it's Undertaker. No way. How long has it been? I'm like, dude, it's Undertaker. Oh my god, no. Like, and it turned out it was just like a preview of like a pay-per-view. I'm like, wow. I was so upset. It was unbelievable. I was like, what? Undertaker's back, dude. I was like,
Wow, I can't believe it. Like a 3-minute clip, or no, 3-second clip made you that hype for the Undertaker.
I was hyped. I don't know. I was hyped. It's Undertaker, dude.
You know what we should do? You should watch the documentary, The Last Ride. It's about Undertaker's.
there's a documentary
It's
about
about Undertaker's retirement match, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a
Interesting.
4-episode series. It's kind of like Michael Jordan's The Last Dance. I guess that's where they got the name, The Last Ride. Yeah.
Oh, I
But
see.
it's like kind of similar to that.
But the last ride is like his signature
Yeah,
move
it
too,
is
right?
one of his finishing moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably maybe we can start watching WWE. Some more content for the podcast.
Maybe. Yeah, that sounds too exciting.
I don't know. I don't want to subscribe to the net.
Too much. Yeah, that's true.
15.
That
I
is
think it's $15 a month or something like that. That's
pretty.
yeah.
I mean, we could split it half and half, 7.5, 7.5.
Yeah, I guess. Or we can just like watch the pay-per-views only.
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, the storyline isn't too hard to keep up with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I think a lot of people misunderstood that. Wrestling is scripted, but
the storytelling is what is important. The characters. That's for me. That's what shines the most.
I think people are watching.
It's like watching a movie.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
the thing. You know
Exactly. It's like watching a movie. But people think like, oh, because the action is fake, that this whole thing is a sham or something like that. I mean,
well, no, nothing to do with that at all. It's like watching a movie where it's really hard to tell what's gonna
it's
happen.
entertainment, right? You're invested in these characters.
Sometimes you think, oh, it's this
Yeah.
guy. Wait, he's gonna win? He's gonna. Oh no, oh, he's not gonna win. Oh, that was 2.5. Okay, 2.5.
Right. That's
Is that the 619? You know, it's just like, oh, that's a turn back. Is it? No. Wait, why is that guy coming to the ring? You know, just go like, there's just anything could happen.
Yeah.
That's why it's like so exciting. That's why, like, when you watch a lot of stuff, like when you're enjoying stuff and like, I don't know, TV, YouTube, or whatever you're doing, whatever you find fun with, just turn off your brain. I'm serious, and enjoy things.
yeah.
If you start nitpicking on stuff, all the fun stuff's gonna go away. So just kill your brain, be as dumb as a rock if you have to, and just enjoy it. It's the funnest thing you can do in life, trust me.
Yeah, that's why in wrestling there's always a good guy and a bad guy. Like you want to root for the good guy.
Yeah, the heel
Yeah,
and the
exactly.
face, right?
But it's funny that you say that because what's it? I find that people criticize music like that too,
I know.
and
Like they're comparing stuff with the same stuff and the other stuff and whatnot, right? Or like how the older one was better or whatever. How the old they just kill your brain and listen and dance to the beat. That's all there is to it. Everything is an entertainment. It's just how you indulge yourself
yeah.
in it,
Well,
right?
I have two things to say to this. I think. So the first one being, it's like it's adaptation, right? It's a new generation of people listening to music. You have to
Right.
evolve your music too.
Exactly, because if it's the same thing, people will
Exactly.
get bored. It's not an entertainment
Exactly.
anymore. So people have to, like, experiment with stuff, and it's not just music too. It's just
Anything, right.
anything. Because entertainment is people get used to things.
That's why you
Watch horror for 10 years. You won't be scared of anything anymore. Trust
yeah,
me.
exactly.
That's why they have to find a way to make it to get you. That's why the jump scares, or that's why they use music to like control the tension level and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? It's an art. Everything's an art, and you're there to enjoy it. So enjoy it. Enjoy anything
Everything's
you can.
evolving, right? Like exactly, like horror stories,
Exactly.
right? Like 10 years ago, it was mostly like what, like slashers and
If you watch
murderers.
exactly, if you watch that, you'll be like, oh, okay, oh, she died. You know, like there's no the way they build up the scare was
Yeah.
different.
Now it's all like psychological.
Now jump scares. There's more. Yeah, there's a. It's like now you're afraid of the darkness because it might be there. You know, you
Yeah.
like the fear effect is comes with the science, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Before there was like a crazy axe murderer. Now it's all like psychological.
Now
It's
it's
deep.
murder under your bed. You know.
And then the second thing I want to say is like, like people are always expecting like gourmet meals or something like that when, what's wrong with eating fast food?
No, I'm serious. What's
Yeah.
wrong with that? It's food. Just eat it. It tastes good.
It's weird because like,
Lately, I went to this place that the soup
Yeah.
recommended me. I don't know if I could say the brand. Should I?
no, you probably shouldn't.
Yeah, yeah. So well, anyway, it's that, and then he told me he's like, oh yeah, it comes with like 3 patties and whatever. I'm like, what? 3 patties? That's insane. Who's gonna eat that? So I went with him, and then after a spin
Yeah.
class, so I was pretty exhausted. I was like hungry. I was like, yeah, let's eat that. I ate that. It was like, god damn, it was so good. I went there again just to eat it again. It was
Yeah,
so
right?
good, dude.
But like people are always expecting
It's
like,
like, yeah.
oh, this movie was bad or this music was bad, but like as long as you enjoy it, whatever.
Yeah, just kill your brain. Stop nitpicking. Just see it. If something is just like bad, so much that you go like, who paid this guy to do this? You know, like if it's that bad that you go like, what? My sister could do better than this. You know, like then that's I guess their fault. But a lot of the stuff is just people nitpicking over nothing, and I think it's just a
Yeah.
waste. Such a
It
waste.
is, yeah.
Enjoy your life a bit more. Just open up your mind, kill all your smart brain, your big brain. Just turn it off, and then let all your Patricks just go. Duh. Listen to it and enjoy and bask in it. It's
Right.
good.
And in the end, isn't that what friendship's all about?
True. I agree. I agree.
Right?
It's just about turning off your brain and basking in the idiocity.
Yeah, I think. Okay, we went off quite off it.
Quite a bit. Very, very off topic.
I was gonna say like I think it's
And-
okay. for me to make a friend would have to be how well we get along with each other. And I don't mean like, oh, we kind of get along with each other. I mean like we have to get like similar humor almost, I think.
The question is, what defines it though?
Like, so a while, maybe.
How do you determine your closeness to someone? Let's go with that. Like, what makes a certain action make you, okay, this guy is close to me. Like, I could, say things, and then he would react,
I don't know.
in the way that he would react.
I don't know, because it's kind of weird because like I would say you and Andre,
Yeah.
I would say like I would get along with you guys.
Oh yeah,
But
I
then
agree.
someone like
Because the three of
someone like
them- yeah.
Vincent or Lenny.
Oh my god. Oh, I just had a headache. I was like, oh no. Yeah.
Lenny from
Yes,
the-
yes.
Yeah, that guy.
Yes.
Like even though we have similar interests, I wouldn't.
I think if you talk to Lenny a bit more, he's gonna be he's a pretty interesting guy. Like I'm seriously, because he's very shy.
Oh, maybe that's why.
Yeah, he was very shy. He just don't know like how to talk.
Nice.
So like when you poke at him what
Yeah.
he likes, like there's some games that he really likes. When you talk to him, he turns full
Oh,
geek.
I see.
He was like, "Oh yeah, dude. Oh, I love like the New Vegas so much." It was like, "Oh," blah, 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 blah. He was just like, "Yeah, this is the game I'm talking about." Yeah, and then from that, like I was walking with the other dude from Meet, and then he was like, "Oh, so you like this thing too?" He's like, "Oh yeah, man. Which one's your favorite?" And then they just start talking. I'm like, "Okay, fuck, I'm gonna do my job."
You
So-
get sucked in.
Yeah.
I think
So yeah,
Okay,
honestly, yeah, probably because you haven't interact with him a
I
lot.
see.
So
Well, I
that's
know Lenny and I have similar interests. Like he likes wrestling, he likes video games, he likes all that stuff. But I don't know.
why. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, Vincent, on the other hand, is
He's a weirdo.
It's too much. Yeah, I have a story about him too today, but like I'll tell him outside the podcast because it's too
Okay.
gory.
I was gonna I think the best thing
Oh
for me
yeah.
the vibe would be like the weird vibe. So
Okay.
like
So okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Before you go on, for me, I want to tell you something. For me, like the one that I determine how close they are to me or not, is when they can say no to me.
but everyone says no to you.
Not really. Some people kind of like, I guess, like they would do that. Like, because sometimes, like, I don't know if you know, but like, I test people. Like, I would say some outrageous
Yeah.
stuff, just hoping for them to say no
What
to
the
me.
heck?
I do that to you too, and you're like, no, not really. You know,
Have
you
I
do
said
that,
no
right?
to you? When
Yeah,
was the last time I said no to you?
so quite often.
I feel like I never say no to you.
like when you said no to me quite a lot of times because like, well, like when I go a bit too deep to like like the racist line or stuff like that, you're like,
oh,
no,
okay, yeah.
like you would say, yeah, there are like some stuff that you say no, and I'm like, yeah, and that's what I wanted. Like I want you to
Okay.
say no. I know that like I'm not always right, and we don't always get along, and I want you to,
I see. Someone who's
yeah, like I do that. When you can say no to me, that's when I feel like I could be open, because when I'm wrong, you will say no. You know what I mean?
see. Okay, got you.
Yeah. That's like my sign of trust
I see.
usually. So
Yeah.
so you were saying
For
after
me, it would be like the weird vibe. So like,
that?
I don't know if you do remember. Like, maybe I started this 2.5 years ago, I think,
Mhm.
where I would ask you like these really weird, stupid questions. Yeah. So like,
yeah. I think it's really effective though.
it's,
No,
it's interesting.
It's really
So-
effective. People will look at you like, what the hell is this
Yeah,
guy high
exactly.
on?
So basically, when me and Bosch were working at nights, and there's like pretty much sometimes there's nothing to do, I'd just be like, "Hey Bosch, so for $1 million, would you do this, or do that, or would you let this happen to you?" And most of the time people would just be like, "What the fuck?" But at least Boschka was just humored me, right? He was just like, "Okay, I'll think about it," and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, because like the offer is like I don't want to be weird, but I mean it is pretty real. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
could
like-
happen somehow or another, but
Yeah, I mean the whole idea is everyone has a
And-
price, and I just want
yeah.
to know how far
Yeah.
is people willing to go.
yeah, on a certain on a
Yeah.
certain thing. Yeah, I agree.
Except
I agree.
our supervisor kind of ruined the joke or ruined the thing. Because every time
Yeah,
he makes it
he
so weird and gay.
yes, he is. He's in denial. He's a bi in
See,
denial.
like this is what he would do. He would be like, "So for $1 million, no, I'll be like, for $1 million, Boscha, would you want to be transformed into a cat for a year?" And you're like, "Oh, okay, maybe." And then
Maybe on a year, do I get 9 life?
yeah,
I would
and
do
then our
that,
supervisor would
right?
be like, "Oh, I have a better question. So for $10, would you want to get gangbanged by 100 guys?" And then me and Boscha would just look at each other like, "What the fuck?"
Well, the thing is, like, again, he's not doing it by malice. It's just his social skill is very
But here's the
lacking.
weird part: we'll look at each other and be like, "No, dude, that's gay," and then he'll be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, that's so gay. That's so gay." So
That's what I mean. That's his social skill. His social skill is just don't he doesn't
no,
have
but
it. Like I don't think he's equipped or trained in the way we socialize with normal people. You know?
but based on his reaction, it seems like he's just reacting what we're saying, right? Like if we said no, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, no, no, no." But if we said yeah, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah."
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's how people. I mean, I don't be racist, but people from his nation tends to react to stuff. Yeah. When the people in the room says no, he'll be like, oh no no no. But when people say like, yeah, you know, it's in like their nature kind of thing. It's just that most of the time they're passive. They don't active. You know what I
I
mean?
think
Like they're not be the one who initiate. They would be like other people ask them, and they would be like looking around and answer. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but
But in this case, he kind of have to be like he's trying stuff.
but then I guess that's his way of making friends too, just to be like agreeable,
Yeah.
like he agrees to everything people say.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is also one of the reason that I kind of like still doubt whether he like think of me as a friend and
Why?
whatnot. Because I don't know if he says no to me yet.
He does say no to you sometimes.
He does, yeah, he does. But it has to be like like I have to be in like a light mood. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? Like I'm clearly in a joking mood and whatnot. So he would say no, and then he won't piss me
Oh.
off kind of thing. Even though in honesty, like for me, I'd rather you say no when I'm so like somber. Like I'm like in normal mode. I say stuff, and you're like no. Like I'm fine with
Oh,
that
okay.
too. Like I'm not gonna hate someone just because of that. Maybe.
Right. So
Maybe.
you just want to be like in a neutral state when you get told no.
Well, I don't know. I just like when whatever happened, just do whatever. Just be who you are and you think you are, and then just because you are who you are, it's not like I'm just gonna like okay, we're done. you know, I'm not that
Right.
fickle. Maybe.
Yeah. So I guess this is the end of the talk.
Holy crap, that was 1 hour and 7
Yeah.
minutes. We're
So in
talking
conclusion,
about this.
I find friendship based on the weird vibe, and Bashka.
For me, I find friendship in how much they could say no, and overall loyalty. I guess.
Yeah, because you have a hard past. Yeah.
Hard pass.
Oh shit! I was gonna ask you,
say it
another
like
thing.
Yeah.
I'll have to edit this down, I guess, or maybe I'll just upload the whole thing as it is. I don't know.
Yeah. I think
Anyways,
that's fine too.
at what point, like, how much are you willing to forgive your friend?
Like, are they like my
Yeah,
good
like-
friend?
Yeah,
Like,
your
real
bestest
good
of
friend?
best friend. How much are you willing to forgive
Best
them?
friends? Well, like, how extreme is the condition? Like, if they killed my mother, I would probably, dude, what the fuck?
No murdering or anything like that. But maybe like,
Okay.
an extreme case would probably be like they owe you $10,000. Would you be willing to forgive that amount?
Oh,
Really?
easily.
So, if,
Money means nothing to friendship.
Oh,
Sorry. At least to him, I'm willing to give all my fucking life.
Bashka,
What?
you're such a sweetheart.
No, he's my friend. He's my brother. He's my family. If he needs money, I will work and help him.
How about if he, like,
He's a friend in need, because he's a friend indeed, right?
what if he like fucked your wife?
What's the problem?
Whoa, you don't. Wow, so you don't give a shit. You're just like, oh, sure.
Probably not. I mean, if it's like him, I probably don't really give too much shit. I'm like, yeah, well,
What?
whatever. Just don't get her pregnant.
Really?
It's hard to explain.
Really?
Maybe like right now, like when you ask me that question, I don't feel any sense of how this is I don't
You
feel
don't feel
like
anger.
like yeah, I don't feel anger or disgust. I'm like, I mean, if both of you are okay with it, I'm like, whatever. It's not
What the
like.
fuck?
I mean, I don't know. It just felt that way. I don't know. It was weird. I was like, I mean, yeah, sure. Look, it kind of just went through like that. I mean, it's not like are they trying to hide it from me and shit like that or
Yeah.
what? Oh, if they're trying to hide, I'm like, well, what happened? Like, well, any explanation? I mean, like, you don't have to fucking hide. You could just fucking ask. I would have like.
But this is weird because on
like,
our
did-
last
did you-
podcast
did your
you said
wife
you don't
know
like
about
to
it?
share
Yeah, I don't.
unless it's your best friend.
Not with random people. Not with random people, I guess. I don't know. I don't know my bottom yet. Like, I don't know because right now, for me, I don't feel, especially like unhappy or what. I'm like, I mean, I guess. I mean, why? Like, are your wife okay with this? Like, I would ask him that too, right?
Is it? I guess it.
If she's not okay, we gotta like talk it out
I
or
guess it
whatever,
would be
dude.
different if you actually got a wife or a girlfriend. I think.
Maybe.
I don't know. Wow.
Yeah, because when you asked me that, I was like, huh? Weird. I don't feel any vex. I don't feel any like annoyance. I don't feel. I'm like, huh? I mean, I guess. I mean, whatever.
Damn, dude. I wasn't expecting that.
I didn't either. I didn't expect you to ask me that. I was like, huh?
Because I was expecting you to be like at worst just be like, I mean, you'll forgive him or something, right? But then I want to expect you to be like, oh sure, take your turn. I'll see.
I mean, sure. I mean, I don't know because right now I'm like, I mean, why? What happened? Because for me, I just can't imagine that being happening. In a sense that he would like not do that in like at least in a way to like betray me and shit. It's just I don't know. I just can't imagine it. Like it just doesn't cross my mind. Like I don't think that's possible. But if it does, I mean, it kind of went like that. I'm like,
okay.
I guess.
I
don't know. I just have too much trust in this dude. I guess.
Okay, so what would you say is what would you aside from murdering your family? Is there anything else that you would not forgive him?
I mean, even if he kills my family, I'd probably ask like, why, dude? What the hell happened? Like, what did he do? Like, what did my family do? Like, I would ask him first,
So you
right?
you would be
Like, I would still be like a middle line. I would be like, dude, what the fuck? What happened?
Wow.
Like, it wouldn't be a blind rage either. Like, I don't know. I just can't imagine.
So really, you should let your friend get away with just about anything.
I don't know because, well, that's the thing. No, because that's the thing. I can't imagine it. Like, I trust him enough that I know he would not. He would harm himself more than he's gonna harm my family and me. That's.
Oh, so it's more like
That's just the trust that I have in him. It's like I can't imagine it. So I was like, I don't know how to
it's more
react.
like disbelief.
More
like,
like-
you just like
Yeah, I'm like
impossible to think
What?
about.
Huh?
Almost.
Yeah, I just can't think of it. It's just it just didn't pop out in my head like at all. Like,
Okay.
how does that happen? Like I just can't. I can't even picture it. That's how much
Oh,
trust I have, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when he betrays me one day, I won't stand back up. I can tell you that.
Damn.
Now I'm scared. Should I still contact him or should I leave him as beautiful in my heart?
No,
Ooh,
you should
dear.
definitely contact him. You can't
Yeah.
tell people to contact your loved ones and then not do it yourself.
I don't know, cause my memories of him is really like really amazing in my head right
When
now.
was the
I don't
last time you actually like talked to him? Was that like
He texted me like a couple of months ago and it's like, hey dude, you're doing okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm doing fine. How was your family? I'm like, oh yeah, we're doing good.
and that's
And then after that, we stop.
so it's like a high bias situation.
Kind of like I was just wondering, like I got a bad feeling when he
Mm-hmm.
sent me that. I don't know if he's just worried about me or somebody in his family got something.
Why didn't
know
you
what I mean?
poke him?
Well, at that time, because what happened? I forgot. I think it was a really bad moment. Oh, it was a bad moment for me too because I think it was after my family
Mm-hmm.
left, and then I got like this bad cold and whatever
Okay.
too. I had like this bad, pretty much a series of like bad like 2
Yeah.
weeks in a row of just stuff going to hell, and I just forgot to reply back. I
okay.
guess, or he didn't reply back. I don't know. one or
Yeah,
the other.
it takes effort to communicate with friends, but someone's got to do it.
Especially well, for me at least, he's like on the other side of the planet, so.
Yeah. Oh, maybe we're similar in this regard, but we don't really text or message each other that often.
Yeah, I'm not good at texting. I'd rather go there and meet them than
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Most of the time, I text people is to like almost make plans. Like,
Yeah. Hey, wanna hang out on
yeah,
this thing,
exactly.
whatever?
It's never like a hey, what's up? You want to talk? No, it's never like that. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's very rare. yeah, so I think that's all I have to say. You have anything to add, Bosch?
Yeah. Oh no, I've talked too much already.
All right. Yeah, that's about it for me too. Okay, Bosch, do the
All right
outro.
then. Well, will do. Well, everyone, thanks for listening. This is Boscha,
This is Alex.
and this is the Odyssey podcast, and we will see you again next week. Goodbye.
Bye.